All right, that's the new chairman, independent chairman of the Nigeria National League. Now the league is going to be run like the league management company is run, like a company with directors, independent chairman and vice chairman, and then a CEO, proper business format. And you know who the CEO is? Our senior friend, who is also the president of the Nigeria Wheelchair Basketball Federation, has done a fantastic job with wheelchair basketball. And if we can bring half of that into the NNL,
it will be just enough.
It will be fantastic for the game. So, guys, I don't know what you think about it. Apart from the NNL, we also have the Nationwide League. We also have the Women's League. Aisha Falode is the independent chairman for the Women's League. And Nkechi Obi, who was on this show a few weeks ago, talking about grassroots football sponsorship, is going to be the CEO. And that, for me, is a good blend. Yeah. Aisha and Nkechi come with a lot of experience, and they can drive the private sector for the Women's League, which we've been talking about as being a problem area for the women's game in Nigeria. Yeah,
it opens up the space. You bring people who are, eminently qualified to do certain things, and put their inputs into it and make all things work. Most of the appointments on paper look very good, but you hope that the achievements will justify their inclusion. But it's always good when things like this happen. It shows that we've seen the problem and we are going in a particular direction to try and solve the problem. I just hope those people that now find themselves saddled with responsibility of the NNL, the Women's League and all of that, will do whatever is necessary to ensure that they're able to get funding and improve the conditions of the places that they're in.
For the Nigeria Nationwide League, Mohammed Alkali, the chairman of Nasarawa State Football Association, is the independent chairman, and Moazu Kawu, who was a former chairman of the Nationwide League, is going to be working as the CEO. All right, and these are very, very passionate people, and we hope they make a success of this new assignment. But let's talk about the women especially. Our women, the special breed. To get these women who are, very eminently qualified in their own rights to work together is always a challenge. And already there are some dissenting voices. Dilichuku Yedima, who was supposed to be an independent vice chairman, is already pulling out of it. But it's important for them to understand that this is a business of developing Nigerian football, and there should be sacrifice. Sacrifice for the growth of the game.
Well, Tony, if you have followed female football, you will know that there have been some factions.
There have been factions everywhere. There have been factions everywhere.
It didn't come to me as a surprise that the former head of that department, actually pulled out. She wrote a letter back to the NFF thanking them for the opportunity. I felt that
maybe they should have consulted her before putting her name out.
Before any appointment is made, you exhaust avenues, to get some of this, because they are eminently qualified. You can't just discard the experience that Onyedema has gathered over the years, as head of female. That's not saying that our own Aisha Falode is not. She's also well grounded, and Nkechi Obi. We need all their experiences. We need their knowledge, and what the NFF should have done is to try to, reconcile these these women, and ensure that they come together and take our women's football to another level. So, I think it's too premature to start hearing somebody pulling out of that, that department. It doesn't go well. We need peace. We need unity. Chidiofo Kenwa was talking about getting private sector involved. You can't do that if we are reading about some people, pulling out, making some uncomplimentary remarks here and there. Some of their supporters already saying that, fair play and justice was not applied. But when you look at the FIFA statutes, which was applied, Tony, I think the NFF did the right thing. You have the prerogative, according to the statutes, to select or to appoint. And they followed one of these, measures. And, we don't need such stories. What we need now, female football is at its lowest ebb. The league lacks sponsor. We need, yes, Nkechi Obi is there. Nkechi Obi is there. She's well grounded in the private sector. She can bring her wealth of experience, get some corporate organizations to key into women's football so that these girls will have something to look forward to, so that matches will not be abandoned. We don't need dissenting voices. We just need one family.
Yeah.
Let all the aggrieved parties come together in the interest of women's football so that these girls can be well catered for. We should not allow ego or parochial interests override the interests of these women, because it's their talent, it's their career that is at stake in this what we're talking about.
All right, for those who do not know, Chidiofo Okenwa, independent chairman, Nigerian National League; Aisha Falode, independent chairman, Nigerian Women Football League; and Mohammed Alkali, independent chairman, Nigerian Nationwide League One, have now, with these appointments, have now become members of the Nigerian Football Federation Executive Committee. We've been operating with 12 members since the tenure of the different leagues expired. But now with this appointment, these three have now become members of the NFF Executive Committee. And those are the names of those in the Nigerian Women Football League Board. You can see Ereta Okaigwe, who has, contributed immensely to the women football development. And of course, you see that name, you see the list there, Joe Amene and others. A huge responsibility for these people to transform the women's game in Nigeria. All right, let's come very quickly. Let's go abroad. Let's talk about the 2018 World Cup qualifiers. Games were played early this morning, CONCACAF and CONMEBOL region. But let's start by showing you results from CONCACAF, and then we'll talk about CONMEBOL. It was disappointing for the Americans after losing at home. They got hammered 4 by Costa Rica, and there's a lot of pressure now on Jürgen Klinsmann. Panama and Mexico playing out a goalless draw. That's in CONCACAF. It's
surprising because in the region, the United States occupied the 6th position now. And after 2 losses, I'm really surprised. And Costa Rica have been able to win 2 matches in that one. After the first loss to Mexico, Jürgen Klinsmann said he wasn't bothered. But now I'm very sure he's going to be very bothered with these results.
Not just the loss, the kind of loss.
The manner.
4-0.
4-0.
Not good at all.
Not good at all. Not good.
Okay, let's go very quickly to the CONMEBOL region. That's easily the most difficult run into the World Cup. Here, Argentina returning to winning ways. Messi with one of the goals, 3-0 over Colombia. Chile, Alexis Sanchez, injury worries put to the sword in that one. He scored 2 beautiful goals to help Chile to a 3-1 win over Uruguay. And then Peru lost at home to Brazil. Brazil have been winning all their games. Their last 6 games, I think.
They are now on top of the group.
4 points clear.
Yeah, on top of the group. They have 27 points, followed by Uruguay. A lot has changed. At some point, we were complaining about Uruguay and Chile, but they've found their way back to the top. And as it is now, Argentina are outside of automatic qualification. 5th place.
They are in playoff spot now.
Yeah, playoff.
What's the story about Lionel Messi and the press?
Yeah,
in Argentina.
He's let out his team for a boycott of the press, and the reasons were some uncomplimentary things written about Ezequiel Lavezzi, and so
allegations of drug use and all of that. And this is what they did.
Show of solidarity, unity.
What did they do? They came out, faced the press, and didn't say anything.
I just basically say this is not allowed. This is not the way to treat your players and all that. Just a show of solidarity, and sometimes asking journalists to get your facts right, and just to show how disturbing some of those comments, especially when not properly. And
what was he saying here? That was the message he was passing across.
Yeah, message was passing across.
All right. We can't allow you to hear this because it wasn't in English. All right. So Messi leading a boycott, and that's why we have to pause a little bit. These things happen everywhere. They happen everywhere. We'll pause for a break now. We'll come back and wrap up sports tonight. Join us again.